One of them has to go.
Yeah, one of them has to go.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Welcome to Frisch and Farm.
I don't know what that was.
Oh, it's our welcome.
Welcome.
We have some sad news to share with you all today. But there is a silver lining, but it's just kind of something we didn't think we'd be doing. First of all, we've got to do some watering. We're in a drought right now. Had barely any rain, not enough to soak in for sure.
It's raining all around us, like downpours in our county.
Like
but
over here on the other side of that mountain, we see the rain come through all the time.
Oh yeah.
On this side,
not so much.
not so much. Yep.
Nope.
So anyway, most everything is good. Oh, I'm losing you. Here you go. Most everything is good, but there's some winter squash right here. Yeah, winter squash that are looking a little bit droopy. So we're gonna give them a drink. We're gonna water all of Jenna's herbs that are there. Wait, everything's backwards in the camera. You wouldn't think I would know this by now. Right there.
Peach trees are still doing good, but they need water.
Yeah.
And the limas that I sowed the other day.
And my fig tree.
And the fig tree.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So
we got some things to water. We're going to check for any cucumbers because we are getting enough we have a gallon of refrigerator pickles in the cooler, and then we have been collecting cucumbers and cutting the blossom end off, putting them in cold salt water to keep them crisp and fresh, and then we are going to be canning some pickles this weekend.
Yes.
Yay.
Let's go down here and catch up to Jenna. She's already watering. What?
It lost control. It was going all nice, and then it just like...
Oh yeah, it's got a lot of air in it. So we had to trade jobs. I see germination though.
Yes, we have.
Is it only this part of this bed, right? This lower part?
From where we put the little marker there. There's a couple coming up. This was starting to feel pretty dry, so I think we're just in time with watering.
And these are the baby limas, right?
Yep, these are baby limas.
We took up part of our pea beds.
Yep, we didn't pea the bed, we limed the bed.
Yes.
So we're gonna plant peas pretty soon here. Probably
next week or week after?
I think, yeah, within the next week or so. It's one of those things, planting fall peas in our area, because the summer is pretty warm and it's getting them to germinate and start growing while it's hot. It's iffy. But if you can get them through the hot part, and then they do great for the fall. So like all of our peas that we're still producing, I was surprised. Like within the last week, they've turned yellow and they're done. They're just like over it.
Yep.
So we might be able to put some kind of shade up or something too, though.
That's true. Yeah, we have a little bit of shade.
Not sure.
We need to get more.
Yeah. If they get really tall, I'm not sure how we can shade them. We'll see.
These are only planted on the ends.
Yeah.
On the ends. Watch out.
Yeah, they're only on the ends right here. I forgot. Yeah, it's not saturating down very far. Oh, wow.
What? You're filthy. Whoops. I just got Jenna's feet all yucky.
Oh, my legs, my feet, everything. My pants have to be washed.
Just brush them off. They'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Whoops, I'm going to fall. Look, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but I am, like, covered in mud.
I need to find the nozzle in for this. It's somewhere in the garden. I put things specific places, and then mainly Jacob finds them and thinks they're cool toys to carry around and play with, and they end up random places. So it is what it is. Hence the using my finger to create a more spray. All right, I think we're good here.
Okay. We need to go do those sad, drooping squashes. The battle has begun.
Yes.
Not to be dramatic or anything, but there's a lot of squash bug eggs. And I spied a set of adult mature squash bugs mating, and I don't know where they went because I didn't want to touch them.
Yeah, it's...
can be a little squeamish about touching bugs.
You crush the eggs?
With mulch.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using your fingers. I was impressed, babe.
Oh, I shouldn't have. Guys, don't tell them that I don't touch the eggs.
Yeah.
I don't really like to touch them. They kind of gross me out.
Oh, look, I
These
didn't
are
see
really
any.
drooping, but I don't see any sign of a squash vine borer, and that's what I would have expected.
Yeah, they look pretty pitiful.
But maybe they're just really thirsty. We need the kids up here helping with this.
Yeah.
This is a job for the kids. They're good at this sort of thing. When you garden organically, there's just a lot of manual fighting the bugs. You can do some things like we'll put DE, which is diatomaceous earth. Talked about it before. It's very, very fine ground into a powder. It's like shells, but to bugs like the aphids, and it slices them up and kills them. We'll put it close to the ground where we saw the baby squash bugs, but there's a lot of looking for the eggs and getting ahead of it by killing off the eggs is like your best solution. But if you get to the point where they're hatching, and anytime, of course, mature bugs, you just need to kill them.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can do. We had quite a bit of potato bugs. The kids got quite a few potato bugs the other day off of our potatoes, and then now we're finding quite a few squash bugs. So I think we're just going to have a garden day that is a battling day. We are going to go to war.
Yes.
We are going to have a day of war up here on these bugs, and we'll just get all the kids. The kids kind of enjoy hunting the bugs, especially the boys. It's fun for them. I'm a little like, ooh, but
It is what it is.
it is, and it's the only way to do it. So, well, the
Yes.
only way, if you really don't want to use any kind of chemicals in your garden, it's the way to do it, and that's the way we're doing it.
Exactly. All right, let's go see if we have cucumbers.
All right.
And then we need to talk about our sad news.
All right, I'm going to pick these cucumbers, and these right here, this first, I don't know how many there are the National Pickling, and they have done really well. There's another one called Homemade Pickles I've never grown before, and they're doing really well. I have found that the Boston Pickling haven't done as well in the terms of it'll put off a cucumber, and then like the end will get really skinny, and it'll be really fat at the top and be kind of really misshapen. I know that has to do with the watering issues and things like that a lot of times, but my other types are not having the same issue. So I think it's something within the actual type and the variety rather than the watering issue, because they're all getting the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. They just stop. This is the blossom end, and they just squish up on the blossom end where this one isn't. And that's what I'm talking about too. Obviously the blossom end is the end where the blossom has been, not the part you pull off. And this is what you want to cut off, a good 1/4 inch of that when you go to preserve your pickles, because the enzymes are there, and if the enzymes are intact even after you can them, they'll continue to, oh, it's natty up here, they'll continue to like make your cucumbers or your pickles get mushy. So if you want crisper, you have to get the ends chopped off. Look what I found. Little teeny tiny ripe tomatoes. They're so little. They're called spoon tomatoes. Can you see why? They literally fit in a spoon, like a whole bunch of them would fit in a spoon. They're all, a bunch of them are starting to ripen, but I'm gonna let them go a little longer. These ones that were really red, I went ahead and picked these ones. I'm gonna try one. Itty bitty. That tastes really good. Tastes like a little teeny tiny beautiful tomato. Yep, I like it.
Whew, it's hot, y'all.
Very hot.
We're parked under the horse trailer.
I've got jeans. Well, you got jeans on. I know. I should have
Yes.
put shorts and tank top on, but
We've been out running errands this morning,
I
and
picked up a bulk order from the Amish store.
yes, we
So,
also got some lumber. I had to buy lumber, y'all. I haven't bought lumber for myself, and
it was painful.
I don't even, yeah, it was very painful, but we are getting ready to build what I will loosely call an outdoor kitchen.
Loosely.
Loosely.
Outdoor kitchen.
Rustic. So we have a 3-burner propane stovetop thing.
Camping stove,
It's
kinda.
we bought it for canning and stuff. It's awesome, but it's so hot outside in the sun to run it. We can't do it in the camper because it heats the camper up so much to can in there.
Barn.
Not safe to do it in the barn. So we are going to build I think about a 10-foot by 9-ish foot enclosure, and I'm going to use the cheapy welded wire that I had taken down off of a job basically for the sides. It'll be 8 foot tall, and that'll be to keep the chickens and the goats and stuff out. Basically keep the critters out while we're working in there. So, but it'll keep the goats out for now. speaking about the goats.
So, I guess I should give you the backstory. A little over a year ago, Kylie started breaking out in these really weird rashes on her eyelids, like a reactive eczema, dermatitis type thing. We were putting oil, like coconut oil and different things, and nothing would make it go away. She had it on her hands after a while, and we were thinking it was something she was eating, so we were trying to eliminate. She went without dairy a little bit, she went without wheat a little bit, cut out sugar, like all these different things, and nothing helped it. Then, a few months ago, it just cleared up and went away. And we were like, oh, okay, well, we don't know what triggered it, but it's gone now, so that's awesome. And then fast forward to about a month ago, and it started coming back, but worse. Her eyelids are all red and irritated, and we had realized, and she realized at about the same time, that when the goats were dried off from milking and she was no longer in contact with them every day, twice a day, it cleared up. It wasn't on her hands anymore. And when it showed up last year was about the time that we had goat babies born, and she was cuddling them and touching them and loving on them all the time, and then had been in constant contact with goats until the goats dried off. And she had been around them some, but not like really touching them a lot, because we weren't milking them. I mean, we were feeding them and that sort of thing, but not a constant everyday messing with them. So we were like, are you allergic to goats? Because she was the one who even said it. She said, I think I'm allergic to the goats because my throat bothers me and some different things, as well as the skin irritation anytime I'm around the goats. And we were like, oh no. So we were like, well, don't mess with the goats for like a week and see what happens. And she would go a couple days and not mess with them, and sure enough, the rashes would start going away. She wasn't having any issues. And go about a week, and it would just, like, at one point she was about a week or so in between, and completely the rash went away from her eyes. And then we started having these babies again, and she started touching them and all of that, and it came back in full force. And it's gotten worse. And so, and our goats are free range. So and
they're very loving.
And very loving. She's been trying to avoid them, but like they got into the barn while she was in there the other day. Charlotte went across her legs. She had shorts, and like both her legs completely broke out in a rash. So it's 100% for sure the goats. Because we were like, well, so our initial thought was we would just keep the goats away from her, and then maybe she could develop a tolerance to them, because she doesn't seem to react to their milk or anything. So I thought, well, maybe she drinks some of their milk every day, you know, like just kind of trying to think
just
about.
Had a tick crawling behind my ear.
Ooh, gross. Ugh. Check for ticks, y'all. So anyway, this is a lot of explaining, but it kind of needs to be said so you understand where we're coming from. So she has just been getting worse and worse. And keeping her away from the goats has not worked at all. It's just not feasible at all. Just for the way, I mean, they're here. We're with them, and goats get out and get naughty things. They want to be petted. So, and she loves goats. So it's really hard for her too to have them right here. And that's like her favorite animal, and she can't do anything with them. So yesterday we made the very, very difficult decision. We had a family meeting. We all talked about it, and we decided that it would probably be best, oh, it's a honeybee, if we sell our goats completely, like all of them. We don't want to do it. It's kind of a heartbreaking decision. I actually dreamed about them leaving, and in my dream I was like sobbing last night. So it's very emotional, like, decision. We've had a little bit of time to process it, so we're able to tell you guys in a more like matter-of-fact way, but it's definitely not something we take lightly, and it's not a non-emotional decision. Yes. So we haven't even advertised. I happened to see somebody say they were looking for goats in a Facebook group, and I just said, oh, I've got to sell my herd. My daughter's allergic, and somebody has messaged me, so it looks like we have somebody that are ready to buy all of our Nubians. So we have 10 Nubians, which would be amazing because I would like my herds to go together. The Nigerians are very bonded to each other, and then the Nubians are very bonded. If somebody wanted to buy all 19, that would be fantastic, but I don't think anybody's going to want to buy them all like that. But there is somebody who's extremely interested in buying the Nubians. They're going to let me know in the next couple of days. And I mean, I didn't even have to advertise. So if this works out, I think it was just really was the way it was supposed to work out. So we'll know, and then I'm going to be advertising the Nigerians. Or if you're local to us and you're looking for a goat herd, our Nigerians can be milked. The two are
9 of them.
There's 9 of them. They can be milked. The babies are 3/4 Nigerian, 1/4 pygmy.
So there is a silver lining though, because we need milk.
We're getting 2 to 2.5 gallons a day out of our goats.
Out of our goats.
3 goats right
out
now.
of the 3, they're producing very well, but they're good goats. I mean, they're so easy to handle. We should be able to buy another Jersey or possibly 2 with the money that we get from the goats, because we got to have something to replace our milk, because Jenna wants more milk anyway so she can make more cheese, more butter, do all of the dairy things, because we would like to be able to produce all of our dairy products.
Yeah.
And then possibly down the road look at maybe doing some herd shares.
Yeah.
But as a source of steady income. So that's something that we're looking into, looking toward. If all goes well with selling the goats, we're going to try to keep that money set aside until we can find a Jersey or 2 to purchase.
Yeah. Preferably A2A2, because Cookie's A2A2, and
yes,
it's
that's
just
a
better
big
option.
Yeah, it is a better option. So that's the plan. That's the sad news. That's the silver lining. It'll be weird to not have goats, because they are they take up a big portion of our time.
Yeah.
They're
our main attraction at the moment, if you will. It's like,
yeah.
We're with them all the time, every day.
The cows kind of do their thing.
Yeah.
The goats are right there at the camper, and
they're so personable.
Yeah,
you know?
they like to come up to you and want you to pet them. And
I know this may seem like a hasty, all of a sudden thrust upon you decision, but it's really not. It's something that we wanted to avoid if at all possible, but it's very apparent that we can't. And obviously our child's safety comes before our want for goats.
Yep. One of them has to go.
Yeah, one of them has to go. The kid or the goats. Easy decision.
The kid or the kids.
The kid or the kids, yeah. Obviously easy decision. There is no decision. It's
just what we have to do.
It's just what we have to do. It's unfortunate. I'm sad for her because she loves goats.
Yep.
I'm sad for us because we love goats. But one of those.
What we've got to do.
It is what it is. What we got to do.
We'll probably get more milk out of cows.
We're going to be in the market for.
Y'all be praying that we sell these goats quickly and that we can find the right A2 cows. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. Like this video. What else is the other thing you're supposed to do?
Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. Please comment below, let us know what's going on with you, what you think, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
See y'all later.